Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to try freehanding another crochet top using just what's already in my stash. This is the colour palette I'm thinking of working with, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, so the plan for this top that I'm thinking is maybe doing a series of granny squares as like the band at the top, and then I have quite a bit of this yarn. So I've got a full ball here, and then I have some of a ball here, and I do have some more that I was working a knitting project with a couple years ago, and I didn't really get anywhere, so I'm thinking I'm going to restart that project. I definitely need more practice with knitting before I'm able to finish that, so I do have a little bit extra that I can dip into if this isn't enough, but I'm thinking of using this like as a little sleeve and like kind of maybe a ribbed bodice type of thing. I don't really have much of a plan other than this is the yarn I want to work with, and I'm thinking of doing granny squares, so I'm just gonna get started and yeah, see what happens.
When you press me to your a world where roses bloom. When you speak, angel, sing from above. Everyday voice seems turning into love song. Press me to your a world where roses bloom. When you speak, angel, sing from above. Everyday voice seems
I think I'm starting to get somewhere. I like this a lot better. I started putting this on, but the green in it is kind of throwing it off, and it being the only kind of variegated yarn, I feel like it's kind of throwing it off. So I think I might do another row of this colour and then do a row of this colour, which is what like the bodice is going to be made out as well. So kind of when I sew them all together, hopefully, it all looks cohesive. I'm going to try and make them all in this colour palette. I might not have enough of this cream, because I don't know how many, I'll probably need like at least 6. I don't know. I'm thinking of actually doing kind of a button situation down the front as a way to attach everything together. So I'll probably have about maybe this much in between. So I feel like I'm just kind of going on the cups and then the side here and then 2 at the back. So yeah, probably 6. And I don't think I'll have enough of this cream. I'll figure it out. I think that's close enough. Okay, there's hope, and I can also take apart this one as well to get that. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna hope that 2 more rows of this is gonna be big enough, but we'll see. I think it probably will, because I can add extra kind of borders around the top and bottom, so yeah, I think we're getting somewhere. So I've got one granny square officially completed, so yeah, I think it'll be fine. I'm just gonna make, I guess, 5 more of these. I'm gonna try and make 5 more of these at least. Yeah, I'm gonna see how far I get with that, and then I'll come back. Hopefully it's not gonna take too long. Slight issue. The second cream yarn I started using, I guess, was ever so slightly thicker than the other one. But yeah, there's only really one I've done with that, so I think it'll be fine. It's not going to be noticeable, I think, when it's all finished. I think we're fine. We're fine. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've made all the squares and seamed them together. I actually only needed 5 instead of 6. And I think what I'm going to do is maybe do another, like, just a little, like, single crochet row at the top, and add some, like, decreases to kind of cinch it in a little bit. And then at the bottom, I'm thinking of maybe doing a section that I can, like, weave a chain in and out of, so I can, like, you know, cinch it manually. That way it's, you know, maybe a bit comfier or easier to get it. I don't know. And then some kind of button situation. I'm not sure. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and make a top and a bottom section on this, and then I'm gonna get started on the ribbing for the bottom torso. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead with that and see how it turns out. It's all just a bit of an experiment. But yeah, that's the progress I have made so far. So for the main sort of bodice area, I'm just doing half double crochets in the back loop only, so you know, you kind of get that kind of vibe. I think for the rest of the day I'm just kind of focus on doing as much as possible, and then I think what I'll do is for the top section I've done I've done a row of single crochets up here, and I've kind of done a couple of decreases, but for the bottom I think I'm going to wait until this is finished, because those sections are going to, like, attach together. So yeah, I think I'll wait till I've finished this, and then I can try to figure out how to assemble them. I want to figure out a kind of sleeve situation, and also I thought it would be really cute to maybe do some kind of scallopy type detail using this on the top and the bottom. So yeah, I think that's the plan. I'm just gonna spend the rest of the day just doing this. It's pretty boring stuff. It's literally just, you know, half double crochets in the back loop only. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and spend the rest of the day doing this. And then hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to finish the top. We'll see, but that's what I'm hoping. I think it's going good so far. It had a bit of a rocky start, but yeah, I think it's going to be cute. I think it's going to be cute. Alright, I will see you tomorrow. Hi, so it's the next day and I've been working on the top and I've made some progress. So I added a row of half double crochets, and then another row of half double crochets with like a chain one space, and then another row of half double crochet. So now I have this little tie to kind of cinch in that, just to make it more adjustable. And then I ended up just seaming the center front because it was already just like, if I added an extra little row of buttonholes or something, it would have been too big. So I thought I could just maybe just sew. I've got these buttons that I think work quite well. I think I'm just putting some down, just down there as like a decorative detail. And then yeah, I think that's pretty much the top finish. I have quite a few ends to weave in, and I think I need to center this ever so slightly, but I mean it's fine. So yeah, so that's the top portion. I just need to weave in the ends and make some kind of sleeve situation. And then for the bottom, I started obviously doing the ribbing, and then I lost interest in the idea of having a tighter top, so I just made these big granny squares, and I've already steamed them to kind of stretch them out a bit, and I'm kind of just going to have it like that and maybe open at the front. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to see how that is. If not, I might add some little ties to close it. But I think, yeah, that'll be really cute. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I think I'm just going to try it on with these sort of safety, the stitch mark on to the top part, and just, I don't know, see how it looks all together, because I haven't put it all together yet. So yeah, let's see how it looks. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. I think it's turning out actually really cute. I'm really glad I went for the kind of long, flowy vibe instead of the kind of more structured. I think that's really cute. I know it's kind of quite a wide angle, but I'm wearing quite a poofy skirt, so if I was just wearing jeans, it might look a bit less silly. There's the option I could not attach kind of things and it be open at the front and back, but I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, this is what we've got so far. I think it'll look really cute with some little buttons and a little trim. So yeah, I'm gonna make some sleeves. I think I'm just gonna do some kind of basic, long, thickish, rectangular ones. I'm gonna add the buttons, weave in all the ends, and then I will be back with hopefully a finished top. Okay, so I've added the buttons, I've weaved in all the ends, and now I'm just adding this cream detail, which is what I used on this row. I'm just adding this little kind of scalloped edge. It's just a slip stitch, half double crochet, and another slip stitch, all in every single stitch around there. And I think I am going to continue it around there. I think that'll be cute, and that'll use a decent amount of this hopefully. And then when I return, I'll have a finished top, because I don't think I want to do it on the bottom edge, just because the bottom is such kind of like the stitches are quite loose, because I used an 8mm hook with like this type of this same yarn, so it's got quite a lot. I don't know, I just think the tight scallop won't work so well, so I think I'm just going to do it just around the neckline, and then I'll be back with a finished top. Ta-da! The top is finally finished, and I am so happy with how it turned out. And it was also super simple. I mean, really, it's just a series of granny squares. I've got 5 around here, and then one big one on each side of here. So it is so easy. And then, of course, just a few rows of half double crochet with chain one spaces so I could weave this through, added some button details, and then I finished the straps. I went for more of a tapered look than just a, just a straight rectangle. I just think that makes it look a little bit more interesting. It's just, 11 stitches across, 3 rows of that, and then I did a decrease on either side, then did a couple more rows, and then a decrease on each side again, and then I did like 20 rows, and then I just mirrored the same thing on the back. And that's basically it. And I have a new top entirely out of materials I already had, and I'm very happy with it. So yeah, this is the second freehand top I've ever made. I think it's really cute, and yeah, I'm really proud of myself as well, because when I first started to crochet, I kind of thought wearables like this weren't for me. Like, I thought, I don't know, I feel like at the time a lot of the kind of crochet tops I was seeing were more like kind of the backless variety. You just crochet some cups or some kind of granny square kind of situation, and then it's kind of like a tied back kind of thing, and that doesn't really work for me. So I don't know, I felt discouraged because of that, but I don't know, the last few months I feel like I've been seeing a lot more variety in the styles of crochet tops, and I don't know, I felt a little bit more inspired basically, and I'm glad that I'm, starting to get into it, because I think it's really cute. And the thing with crochet, it's very sculptural and adaptable, so you can really make things to your body measurements very easily, work around every curve and other things like that. So yeah, crochet I think is a really good medium for making tops. I don't really know what to say. It's really cute. I finished the trim. I'm very glad I continued to do it around the whole neckline. I think that's really cute. I love the buttons. They're kind of very autumnal, so it kind of works with that colour palette, but also the shape kind of gives it a summer vibe. I don't know. I think it may be a good transitional piece. Yeah, I'm very happy. I don't know what else to say other than I think, if you've got a lot of yarn in your stash, I encourage you to try something similar. And if you do want to make, a top like this, I know this video probably isn't the best tutorial, but it really is so easy. I've just done 5 granny squares. I just made the granny squares big enough to cover my chest, and then did as many as it took to then fill in the back. Seamed them all together, added buttons. That's a row of half double crochets with the chain one space, and then another thing of half double crochets, 2 big granny squares done with an 8mm hook, so they're all very kind of more open and flowy, little adjustable thing. And then the straps, as I said before, were like the 11 stitches, decreases, tapered, mirror on the back. Just keep trying it on and seeing if the straps are big enough. It's it's so easy. I think even if you're kind of maybe not a beginner, but you're still pretty new to the game, I think you'll still be able to do this super easy. I don't know what else to say except thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you guys have any kind of ideas for freehand tops, maybe ones that you've done yourself, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'd love to know a bit about them and what other tops I could maybe make. So yeah, successful project. And it cost me no money, kind of, if you don't factor in the price of the yarn that I paid, many moons ago, but I don't remember the price of it, so in my head it's free. And I'm going to stick with that. Alright guys, I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.